Today on Country Squire Radio, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a brand new year, and we're talking the best of from last year. Maybe we should actually do that at the end of last year, but this is the way we've done it twice.
What's a better way to kick off 2019 than to talk about 2018?
Talk about last year, man.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
mean,
we're
we run late on everything else, just like we're running late today.
Exactly. Plus, we've got a pipe question of the week about how to find certain tobaccos that may have disappeared off the market. Also, we've got some quick fire questions, listener feedback, and more happening right now on Country Squire Radio. And before I do the thing that I normally do, let me ask you real quick for the live audience, just make sure that y'all can hear us through the thing. You know, it's been 2 weeks, this cobwebs. Actually, it's been more than that, considering we did the thing with Brian.
Yeah.
So if you can't hear us, tweet me at Squire Radio.
No, that's right. Yeah, send us in some feedback just so we know we're audible.
Of course, if they can't hear us, then how would they know to even do that? They'll do it.
No, they will.
We trust y'all.
They will.
Welcome to Country Squire Radio. I'm Beau.
And I'm John David.
JD.
Hey, Beau. Good morning, man.
Man, good morning to you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Man, we're off to a roaring start here in 2019.
We're kind of off to a start. You're off to a start.
Yeah.
This has been let me tell you something, man. I was thinking about this morning. And this is going to sound like an odd thing to just throw out there. But I mean, I gotta really like shower some praise for the single parents that are out there right now.
Yeah.
Because if you're a single working parent, like I'm not a single working parent. I'm a working parent, but I'm not a single working parent. And it is crazy difficult when all the kids are out of the school.
I don't know how people do it.
It's insane. And right now, like this is the first Monday, if I'm doing my math correctly, the first Monday after the new year.
Yeah.
The kids are still out of school. They don't start till tomorrow.
Yeah, locals go back tomorrow.
It's insane, and it makes no sense whatsoever. But anyway, yeah. So I'm,
navigating all these events and everything, and you're broke as all get out now because you just maxed out your credit card over the holidays, and man, it's a tough time of year.
It makes no sense. But I think I said this last year. I'll say it every single year. I understand that the true wisdom in the line of mom and dad can hardly wait for school to start. So, anyway, man. So once tomorrow,
that is fair.
I'm counting the new year officially kicking off. But dude, what about you, man? How'd you
man? Yeah, gosh, we're kind of have to shake the rust off here a little bit.
Yeah.
It's been I guess since late December since we've seen each other, and here we are on into the second week of January for the most part. Yeah, man, things are great. Had a great Christmas and great New Year's. Took a little trip up to a state park in the northern part of our state, and hung out with some dear friends.
Really?
That was a lot of fun. Went to a little cabin and
okay.
Yeah, hosted a lot of family over for Christmas and whatnot, and that was great. And really enjoyed that. But yeah, just moving right along. Got thrown right into the thick of things. We thought we'd do a little sale at the first part of this year based on our Tolkien blends. Of course, we have a whole universe of or a whole series of Middle Earth based hop blends that we do here at the Country Squire that are proprietary to our shop. And J.R.R. Tolkien's birthday was last week.
That's right.
And so we did a little sale. It was like, oh, maybe that'll kind of drum up some business, and people get excited about that. Maybe reward some people for being fans of Tolkien's universe. And man, we got back to the shop the next day after that email blast went out, and we're backed up, dude. It's out of control. I mean, we've sent out several hundred orders now of our Tolkien blends. And so anyway, if you placed an order through that, the sale's over now, but if you placed an order through that, we're a few days behind. So we just letting you know that.
Well, I mean, as I understand it, a Tolkien tobacco is never late. It arrives precisely when it means
when it means to. And it will. Late. Later than you expect. Yeah.
No, that's good, man. That's good. Well, man, of course, we are back here in the shop today and getting some great live feedback that people can hear us loud and clear. Of course, last week we didn't do a live show, but we had a podcast out on lunting.
That's right.
Going into the great culture of lunting. It was great to see a lot of the feedback from that and hear folks really resonate with that.
Such an awesome community, man. And it's always good to have Scott around. Good friend. Yeah.
Big thanks to Scott for joining last episode. And, and of course, before that, our last live episode was the big Christmas special. So once again, we got to give big props out to the godfather of pipe podcasting, Mr. None other than Brian Levine.
Of them all, yeah. And we love Brian. It's always good to hang out with him. It was fun talking about his traditions and kind of his background growing up, and it's always fun to get on mic with him and just give him a hard time.
Well, and
receive the hard time.
It goes both ways, to be sure. Well, man, of course, this is a new year.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of great things going on. And we started this last year, kind of a new tradition. And I guess I don't know if it's tradition when you first do it or when you first redo it, but suffice to say,
I think when you redo it.
All right,
but now it's a tradition.
Now it's a tradition.
Regardless, yeah,
an annual tradition of looking back at the best of the previous year. Now, this last year, if I'm not mistaken, the way we kind of did things was we had all these different categories, and we took a lot of nominations and recommendations from you guys. And we kind of put it out there. We gathered those up, and from those, the two of us, mostly John David, kind of made the decision like, okay, this was the best of, this is the best of, this is the best.
Yeah, sure.
It was one of those two things. Either we determined the nominees and y'all voted, or y'all determined the nominees and we voted. This year, we decided that in order to make things absolutely as fair as humanly possible, we wanted it to be up to you. So today on Country Squire Radio, we're going through Country Squire Radio's best of 2018, as determined by the listenership.
That's right.
Country Squire Radio.
That's right. That's right. And Beau did all we had a lot of votes this year. It was overwhelming. Last year's was a success, but this year it was kind of we were really honored, frankly, by all the participation. And so our listenership has grown. Y'all's our community together has grown. And it was cool. But y'all, man, because of your enthusiasm about this, but Beau worked his little tail off, man. And it was good. There's a lot of excitement around pipe smoking right now.
But it was worth it, man. It was great.
It's good. No, it's good stuff.
It's great to
I can say it's great stuff because I didn't do any of the work. You did all the
work. Next year I'll have a more automated process. But suffice to say, this is just true of last year as a whole, man. I think it's fair to kind of mention this before we dive into these nominations. We intentionally took Country Squire Radio out of the running, and the Country Squire and John David, basically any category that would have direct connection to us. We removed from this category. But before we talk about all these wonderful folks, man, last year was a big year for us. We've talked about the major milestones
in almost every way possible.
And one thing that we saw was this significant growth of the show.
Yeah.
Like this past year, more of y'all have turned up than ever before. It's been phenomenal. And it's given us kind of unique growing pains that we've kind of figured out along the way.
Yeah.
And
it's been a lot of fun though. It really has. But
yes.
it has experience, or we've had some challenges because of it.
Yeah. And so this is at the very least of those challenges was doing the voting process in a similar way that we did last year, which was more of like, oh, I'll get all the names and I'll tally them up. And then I'm like, oh yeah, there's way more people now.
Yeah. And all of a sudden Beau's drinking from a fire hose over here. Right. It's like, oh, I'm going to take my little sip from this hose. And then, he gets cartoon blasted in the face. So yeah.
But all that to say, I did tally every single one up. So this is all
that's great
based on the great folks there.
Yeah, man.
So shall we jump into this?
Yeah, I think so. Good categories here and some really good feedback, and excited about these winners.
All right, so I've got these kind of in a certain order, but I'm actually wondering if we should do this in reverse order.
Yeah,
because how at the Oscars they save the best motion picture for last.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. Yeah. Although it's kind of all these are important, So we don't want to insinuate that one is more important than the others, but yeah, I think let's do it.
That's true. Well, we'll start off on kind of the edges and go deep into the industry. So on the edges, that's where things like Country Squire Radio are. Those of us that are creating,
yeah, that's where we exist.
Oh, exactly
on the fringe.
The people that are creating content,
the crazy fringe. Yeah.
This first category is for best YouTube pipe community YouTuber.
Yeah.
Now, the YouTube pipe community is a massive pipe community. It has been amazing to see just as we've gotten a chance to interact with many of you over the last couple of years and just kind of see the way that the digital pipe community of YouTube interacts with each other. When they vlog with each other, they share things, they have contests. There's a real rich community there. And so this category was specifically for YouTubers that have kind of really kind of made a significant impact in an already impactful environment. So the nominees, these are just the nominees for best YouTube pipe community YouTuber.
Should we wearing tuxedos?
Really,
I feel we thought about that, or even at least like a tuxedo tie,
or
gold, a tuxedo T-shirt, maybe.
Yeah. Like gold statues behind us.
Yeah, I don't know, something like that.
And the nominees are Bradley, aka Stuffin' Things, Matches 860, Mike, aka Briar Blues, and Bremen Pipe Smoker. And the winner, best YouTube pipe YouTuber. Don't do that because Mike's gonna try to put some.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. That's right.
And the winner for best YouTube pipe community YouTuber, Bradley, aka Stuffin' Things.
Yeah, man. Golly, had a lot of enthusiasm about Bradley's YouTube channel.
Big time, man. All of these are great contestants, and all of these have very supportive and passionate fan communities and what viewers and community supporters. But yeah, Bradley, you are the winner. So we will, and I should mention this as well. We'll be posting out in the coming week a badge of Best of 2018, or Country Squire Radio's Best of 2018, and sending that to the winners. If they want to use it, they can. If they don't, perfectly fine as well.
Yeah, no, that's great. We Bradley would be like, well, maybe I'll put this next to my next to my Blockbuster card in my in my in my chest of drawers or something.
All right, do you want to take the next one?
Yeah. Best pipe publication, print or digital. Of course, these are both the YouTube community, and then certainly the print and digital publication section. These are very mature kind of areas compared to, straight up podcasting. Of course, there, some of the podcasting is involved in here too, I guess. But you think about more mature areas, mature segments of our, of our hobby and industry, the pipe community. And so we've got best pipe publication, print or digital. We've got the nominees are Pipes and Tobaccos Magazine, pipesmagazine.com and radio, The Pipe Collector, and Wilkie Pipe Tobacco. And
the winner is
pipesmagazine.com and radio.
Ta-da!
And man, yeah, of course,
Brian Levine.
No surprise there. Of course, some really great authorities in the pipe community that kind of live in our sphere, and and that we have gotten to know over the years. But man, the folks at pipesmagazine.com, of course, excellent resources there. We have dear friends that often write content for that site. There's a whole host of blenders and retailers and enthusiasts and just consumers that get to interact on there every single day. And it's your opportunity, really, if you're involved in those forums, to to get to know folks that maybe famous pipe carvers, or maybe well-known blenders, or stuff like that. And that's really great. Of course, kind of the in our mind, one of the crown jewels of that entire thing, of course, is the Pipes Magazine radio show, and it's just such an impactful thing. What Brian has created over there is wonderful, and he continues, even though he's old and crotchety, he continues to be very relevant, very, very relevant. And man, so congrats to them. I think there's a lot of enthusiasm around pipesmagazine.com and all the various things they've got going on.
Brian Levine's gonna love that. He's gonna he'll
old and crotchety but relevant.
Well, no, I'm just thinking he's gonna Country Squire Radio named us best podcast, essentially. So
I know, right?
He's gonna have some fun with that.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so that's best pipe publication. Okay, so next up, now we're getting a little bit closer into the industry here.
Yeah.
Now,
and actually, I think I misnamed Wilkie Pipe Tobacco in that last category. So anyway, we've got that coming up in our best tobacconist category.
That's right. Of course, the best tobacconists, these are the folks that are blending unique tobaccos. Where would we be today without the tobacconist, especially in the modern era where we're all kind of looking for that next thing, trying to find things that have kind of that handcrafted quality to them, where there is a story in which you could actually talk to somebody who knows the story, who was inspired by something while they were creating that blend, or had kind of a vision for how they wanted that blend to be used. And so the best tobacconist category goes specifically to the folks that are making the blends that have that kind of handcrafted nature to them.
That's right.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. The nominees were Greg Peace, Paul's Pipe Shop in Flint, Michigan, and Wilkie Pipe Tobacco.
Yep.
All right, man. This was a nail biter. This was like this was going through the numbers on this one. It was pretty bloody. It was a pretty heavy battle. But in the end, the winner is Paul's Pipe Shop in Flint, Michigan.
Man, yeah. I mean, it just obviously an incredibly esteemed, probably a top 5, historical tobacconist in the United States.
Sure.
Paul's Pipe Shop there in Flint. We've got a great listener base up there. And man, they came out in droves to support the hometown team.
What's up, Michigan?
Yeah, I know, right? And man, just so good. It's a bucket list thing of mine to get up that way, to visit our dear friends in all over Michigan, but also to go to Paul's Pipe Shop, because man, it's just such a storied place. If those walls could talk, kind of thing. But not only are they a fantastic dealer of tins and pipes, but they are also making their own blends there. that are super traditional. You
Yeah.
know, they've just got a really nice customer base, and where if you're a 80-year-old man, it's very likely that you've got a blend on file up there with them. But then also, they're willing to do the same kind of customer service and bespoke tobacconist making for someone that's a 18-year-old hipster. And so, man, just a great community. We're really really proud of them, and so congratulations to Paul's Pipe Shop in Flint.
Speaking of Michigan, I was actually up there for New Year's and got a chance to.
Oh yeah, I guess I'd forgotten you were doing that.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Yeah,
real brief.
oh,
Next
that's
year
good.
will be more of the traditional going up there. This is probably the first year that we didn't have the kind of official Country Squire Radio meetup, but I did meet up with the guys with Father of the Flame and had breakfast with them.
Oh,
And
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
man,
No,
heard
that's
some
great.
heard some fun stuff. So
That's
can't wait to
great.
talk about that in the coming year as well.
Nice.
All right, man. So let's see the next category: best tin tobacco.
Yes, of course. This is gosh, I mean, what more kind of central to the pipe community other than pipes themselves, which of course we'll get to, is is a part of this. And of course, tin tobacco is right there at the center. Nominees this year are Sutliff Crumble Cake Red Virginia, Cornell and Deal Carolina Red Flake, Cornell and Deal Jolly Old St. Nicholas, Sutliff Crumble Cake Virginia Perique, and Rattray's Summer of 2018. And the winner is, of course, this is we had some good competition, but this one was very very popular this year. And of course, it's Cornell and Deal's Carolina Red Flake.
Woohoo!
Yeah, man, Cornell and Deal, of course, Jeremy Reeves and all the great folks at Cornell and Deal, they're just constantly cranking out hits, but these are not just fad tobaccos. I mean, they're getting the best ingredients. They're putting the most time and effort into this stuff, and are really putting together some special blends. And so, man, in kind of a era where we've said, oh, the Virginia tobaccos are hard to get and they're going away. Man, that's just not true for Cornell and Deal. And what they've done there has gotten really aggressive in finding the best leaf and really coming out with some awesome matured Virginias. So the description of Carolina Red Flake, if you have not had it, a blend of the finest North Carolina grown red Virginias from 2015. Carolina Red Flake is Cornell and Deal's tribute to the Old Belt, taken straight from the Carolina soil. That's how they would say it. That's how they would say it. They taken straight from the Carolina soil. These top tiered Virginias are grown, thrashed, blended, and then lovingly pressed and carefully sliced right here in the heart of old tobacco country, combining a hay-like grassiness with subtle sweet, tangy notes. It's a minimalist blend with a complex flavor, rich, deep, and earthy, with hints of dried fruits and citrus. We're proud of our heritage, and we're particularly proud of this damn near perfect red Virginia flake. And that's one of the few times you'll hear me say the word "damn" on Country Squire Radio. But they put it on the tin, so I think I can get
If
away
they
with
put
it.
it on the tin, it's there, man.
Man, fantastic tobacco. This is a tobacco that, with some age on it, I think is really going to shine. Of course, natural sugar content there, with it being pressed. Also, I'm a big fan of the style tin that Cornell and Deal uses, and so that it's got just enough air in it for that aerobic fermentation to kind of do its thing. I think if you got a couple of tins of this, if you'll smoke one now, put one back a little bit. It's hard to find this stuff. Of course, it was a limited edition run, but man, if you've got your hands on this stuff and put it back, I think you'll be really happy in a couple of years when you pop that next tin open. So
That's good, man.
great tobacco. We were really really proud of them, and congrats on Cornell Deal and Jeremy Reeves for all your hard work. And man, we're really proud of what y'all are doing there, and glad to be supporting you.
Now, this next category, given the fact that we just talked about best tin tobacco, may confuse some folks because the next category is, of course, for best tobacco blend. How would you kind of define the difference between a blend and a tin?
Yeah, I mean, a tin obviously is coming in some type of mass manufactured deal, but we've got a lot of artisan blenders out there,
That's
right?
right.
I mean, that's obviously what we do here at the Country Squire, and there's hundreds of people, or maybe maybe I should say dozens and maybe hundreds of people across the country that do this kind of thing as well for a profession. And man, there's just some fantastic tobaccos out there, very highly sought after tobaccos with great long lasting reputations. There's new tobaccos that are coming out that people have found as new hits and are growing in popularity. And of course, so we want to feature not only the nationally available tobaccos that are mass manufactured, but also the tobaccos that your artisan guys are blending too, and so that's where this comes into play.
Absolutely. And for best tobacco blend, the nominees are Boswell Northwoods, L.J. Peretti Thanksgiving Day, Strauss's Sleepy Hollow, Vincent Manuel Simois,
Simois. Yeah.
Vincent Manuel Simois. And the winner for best tobacco blend is Boswell Northwoods.
Yeah, man. So this is an incredibly popular tobacco, and it's one of those that I think is actually tinned occasionally. But this was developed as a just a very local tobacco there at J.M. Boswell's shop, and of course, incredibly popular, full bodied and full flavor. This is from the website. A deeply complex English, but with a smooth and mild base of Latakia, along with toasted Virginias. J.M. Boswell had blended Northwoods for himself to smoke, but then the customers started asking him what he was smoking, and his answer was, "Have a bowl." Northwoods has become one of our most popular English blends, and so it's got a light, just a nice smokiness to it, but some natural sweetness there that I think just keeps people coming back to it over and over. And it's just a well sought after blend that is certainly got a if you're an English blend smoker, and you pride yourself in that, I'm sure somewhere along the line you've smoked Northwoods from Boswell's tobacconist. And anyway, great tobacco, and you should definitely try it if you haven't already.
All right, man. Next category, best pipe manufacturer.
Yeah. I mean, cutthroat, right? I mean, this is obviously this is there's a lot of different manufacturers out there. They've all got a lot riding on their different pipes, and so many of them make fantastic products. But the listeners have their favorites, right? And
Absolutely.
so we always have to come back to those. So,
and this is another one too where there's such a loyal fan base.
That's
behind
right.
all
that's
of
right.
these nominees that it's. But you're right. I mean, this is where the big boys come to play.
No, that's right. Yeah. So and these aren't necessarily new manufacturers. The ones we've got here are more established, kind of in their own right. But this year's the nominees that were kind of topped out as rose to the top as far as the listeners' nominees were Briarworks, of course, of Nashville, Seriacapo, Savinelli, and Peterson. And of course, man, how do you pick between all these kind of pipes? They're from various price ranges, various backgrounds, geography, all kinds of stuff. But this year the listeners chose just that venerated pipe company that we love, and that of course is Savinelli. So Savinelli, they are they're incredible. What they do is very traditional, but they stay relevant. They are incredibly aggressive on styling, on engineering, on marketing, production, all the different phases that come into making a pipe company that produces quality, but also engages with the pipe community. And I don't see any other manufacturer doing it, quite like they do. Of course, man, that's tough to say. I mean, there's so many other good manufacturers
really
out there
are,
that engage, but man, Savinelli, they just have such a long track record with that. And man, so congrats to our Italian friends at Savinelli, and our American friends that distribute them. Man, so many good. So many great pipes from them. Of course, we sell a bunch of them here at the Squire, and man, a fan favorite for sure. But like you said, lots of loyal followers to different pipe companies, and we're excited to see what these other companies have coming out in the future. Particularly, we've talked about this before, but particularly Peterson. I think there's some bright stuff on the horizon for them. So good stuff.
I just imagine Savinelli like opening up. We won this. This is what we won. Wait,
that's
not Italian.
There's a French,
accent, yeah. But, we won an award. No, I don't think I have an Italian.
I don't think it's something you got to kind of practice. You got to get into.
What was an Italian character from pop culture? Anyone? Was there not?
You're gonna offend someone with whatever you come out with.
Pasta Luigi.
I know.
Mario. Mario's
Mario. There you go. They are our favorite.
What is this?
Our favorite.
It's a Country Squire.
Our favorite plumber. Yeah. No, that's right. He who deals with pipes, right?
Pizza.
Hey, he goes in and out of pipes. That's
Celebrate.
Great.
Yes, he goes down the pipes, and then he comes back up, and then he goes to Savinelli.
Right.
All right, man. This next category, so last one, of course, manufacturer. We're talking about, historied companies. For this next category, we're talking about individuals. Best pipe carver.
Yeah.
Now, with again, thinking back to the tobacconist, there's almost kind of like the tobacconist and the pipe carver, like they share this almost symbiotic relationship in the modern era, in that they are really kind of pushing the innovation, and they're finding kind of unique ways to stand out in the midst of the industry and raise to the top in a time where not everybody's really paying attention. And so this is really where the artisans come to the table.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Of course, there's so many artisans that come and go. We've got new carvers and more established carvers.
Absolutely.
This year, our category kind of has a lot of established people here that are have been on the market for a while, have been honing their craft for in some cases well over a decade. And so we're happy to talk about them. The nominees are for best pipe carver.
You're not even gonna let me attempt it, are you?
Oh no, go go. Do you want this one? Do you want this one?
I think I got it.
Okay, good. Yeah,
I think
go
got
for
it.
it. Yeah.
All right, because you know me and names. The nominees are Sabine Santos.
You already butchered it.
Dang it. And John David will read off the nominees.
Yeah, it's Sabina Santos, and we have Tom Eltang, Nate King, Micah Kreider with Yeti pipes, and Chris Asteru. And
I would have butchered that. So
no, you would have.
Sorry, Chris. I was going to call you Austero.
Yeah, and I'm sure that. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The winner this year, of course, is Tom Eltang. Tom, of course, has been carving for a very, very long time, and Danish carver. He's out of Copenhagen. He has consistently over the years pushed the envelope, but his fundamentals are so exquisite that people are willing to pay. In some cases, several $1,000s for some of his best work, and it's really remarkable what he comes out with. Tom, in some ways, has made a lot of his fame, obviously with aggressive, shaping and really sound fundamentals, but also. Something that I think you have to mention when you talk about Tom is the contrast staining that he's very well known for. So, putting that dark stain on a pipe, letting that dark stain seep deep into those grains, sanding all that off, and then a lighter color stain that really high contrast stain there. I think has been super popular with him, and I think he kind of in some ways really pioneered that. And so, man, just an incredible carver in his own right, and of course we're very proud to announce him as the best of.
That's right.
Yep.
Congratulations, Tom.
Yep.
All right, man. Best temp. Now, I will read the nominees and I'll let you read the winner. I don't want like a Moonlight La La Land situation to happen.
What do you mean?
Well, did you not watch that Oscars where they announced it was one of them, and then they realized after they handed them the Oscars?
No.
It's a big deal.
Was that this year?
No, this is like 2 years ago.
No. Okay. I remember. I remember hearing about that. I don't watch Oscar, but I remember hearing about
it. All right, I'm gonna read the nominees here because I don't want the best temp will be. Sorry, Moonlight. Sorry about that. Yeah. All right, the nominees are for best temp: 8 Deco Bamboo, Abe Harbor Herbal Resin.
Right.
Resin
and antique brass. Yep.
And John David will read the nominees.
Abe Herbaugh's resin and antique brass tamps, Joseph Rogers Sheffield pipe knife, and Derek Price snake tamps. And man, these are all really cool. Of course, we always see the bamboo tamp from 8 Deco make the list because of its affordability and also just practicality. But got
no rusty nail on here, I know.
And no rusty nail, or no chapstick.
These are very specifically no rusty nails.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Man, this year we have a tie actually.
Okay, we are going to go with the tie.
We're going to go with the tie. And so co-winners of this category, man, it was incredibly close. But two that we have are the Abe Herbaugh resin and antique brass tamps, and then of course the Sheffield pipe knife. And these are two incredibly stylish, functional. One is more new world, one is more old world, and traditional. Incredibly beautiful pieces though in their own right. And so with Herbaugh's temps, you've got the inlaid, the nested pick, which is really super convenient, right? It's a hand turned piece of resin, just a really convenient kind of nested pick that's in there. And then of course the Sheffield pipe knife, you've got something that's incredibly traditional, very old world, something you might see your grandfather pull out of his his pocket, or maybe his overalls or something. But incredibly classy piece, with all that sterling and a lot of accents. And so anyway, yeah, a straight up tie, Abe Herbaugh resin and antique brass tampers, and Joseph Rogers Sheffield pipe knife.
Our first ever tie, man.
Yep. How about that?
In the best tamp category. Awesome. Congratulations to both. All right, man. Now we're here. This is the creme de la creme, if you will. This is the most coveted award in the entire world of pipes, one might say.
Maybe.
I dare you to
but
find a more.
No, I think you're right. I mean, obviously, we talk about tobaccos, we talk about all the accessories and stuff. But yeah, the pipe. I think the pipe and the tobacco. I think I think those are hand in hand.
There's
right?
a symbiotic relationship. I know, but the thing about the tobacco is, there is kind of a, it's a split category because you have tobacco.
No, that's true.
Tin.
That's true.
And so they kind of share that. There's a shared throne.
Honor there.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas with pipes, at least the way that we did it this year might be different next year.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right.
But the way that we did it this year is that, this is for the best pipe 2018.
Period. Yeah.
Man, we've got some amazing nominees here. We've got Morgan Bones, Briarworks' Stubby Apple, Missouri Meerschaum's Jesse James Outlaw, and the Chacombe Reverse Calabash.
Yeah, man, and all these are relatively new on the market, which I think is a good thing for this kind of category, because we want to promote not particularly shapes or pipes that have been around for a really long time, but pipes that are new and kind of new to the market. So man, this year. And I'm not surprised by this at all, just because the incredible value and popularity of these pipes, and also, man, just their, high quality, because they're incredibly high quality pipes. But of course, the winner is the Morgan Bones pipes.
Morgan Bones pipes.
Gosh, these things are so prolific; it is incredible. So, we've got with Morgan pipes, they have just cranked these things out. These are pipes that might be considered seconds to some people, but at $39, you're buying them straight from Morgan pipes. And you've got just stunning pieces. I mean, these are pieces that have a really beautiful sandblast on them, and are all naturally finished, and so they just are going to age with time and have a nice patina as you continue to smoke them. You'll find cosmetic blemishes on these pipes, but that's part of the fun, right? It's real. It's real reminiscent of a Savinelli unfinished briar or something like that. But man, it's just incredible. Of course, they call them bones because they are bare bones. It says these pipes are as bare bones as it gets. We've turned a blind eye to flaws on the surface of these pipes to bring you the most honest and affordable briar pipe on the market. Most of these pipes do have cosmetic blemishes, but rest assured that your pipe will be durable, and I stand behind all of my products and will take care of you if you are dissatisfied. Each pipe has been finished only with a coat of pure carnauba wax to allow the owner to watch it color over the years, and are all fitted with an acrylic stem and a Delrin tenon. Now, let me just be clear about this. You're getting really high quality briar that has incredibly, one that would only be enough for a Morgan pipe, but it's got a blemish, so it didn't make the cut, but it's undergone a lot of the same aging process. They have culled them from some of the more inferior briar out there. You're getting a great piece of briar, and not only that, but the stem has been fitted with a Delrin tenon. Now, you just typically don't see this at pipes that are under $100, right? You really don't. You don't see a Delrin tenon. Delrin tenons are fantastic because they're incredibly durable, but they're very resistant to heat expansion. And so when you're smoking your pipe, if you do happen to take it out when it's hot, the stem out of the pipe when it's hot, it's much less likely to have any kind of issues with getting loose or anything of that nature. These are the best tenons I think on the market. You've got kind of a split school of thought between integrated tenons and Delrin tenons, and for pipes at this price point, I'm very much in the Delrin camp. And man, I just think for something like that, you're getting an excellent pipe for $39, and they are everywhere. So man, if you're looking for a affordable pipe that's super stylish, got a great track record, and that they stand behind, man, Morgan pipes, Bones pipes, I think is the way to go.
Well,
so congratulations
to all the nominees of
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
categories. Of course, all the winners. Like I said, we'll be sending out little badges to those of you who did win. And man, thanks to everybody who participated in the voting. Like we talked about at the top of the show, man, a lot of great support. And I find it interesting that Morgan Bones was kind of the choice, because I do think it says something about the industry, right? Like people are looking for that pickup truck kind of
Yeah, absolutely.
pipe that really kind of resonated this particular year.
That's right.
When you were talking about last year, or at the very tail end, about kind of assessing what the trends of the next year will be, we talked about it with tracking and packing, how with
Yep.
like 2 years ago, it was like, oh well, here's the leather bound hoity toity, not in a negative way per se, but
No, no.
like,
I mean, so people want things that are artisan made, right?
yeah,
And small batch, and of course, something that they can identify with. And a lot of folks, really appreciate a sense of place as well.
absolutely.
And of course, there's no better sense of place for those of us in the U.S. than right here. And man, we have a real American artisan jewel right here in the United States.
That's right. Of course, you're talking about our good friends at Missouri Meerschaum.
That's right. That's right, man. Of course, a modern pipe that has become very popular in its own right, was one of the finalists for our best pipe of this year, and that is the Jesse James Outlaw pipe. Now, what's so cool
Beautiful pipe
about what Missouri Meerschaum does is they take, shapes that are stylish and aggressive, and they put those out. They're also looking back in their yesteryear catalogs, looking for old shapes to resurrect. This is a company that's been around, since before the Civil War. They just have such a tradition and legacy. And man, their Outlaw series of pipes is fantastic. They are a series of corncob pipes from Missouri Meerschaum that offer a pipe enthusiast the Old West experience with cool smoking Jesse James, Bellstar, and Cole Younger. And these pipes retail for $16.99, super affordable, and they all have just a really high quality black bit with a metal band on there. And so just really a great handsome pipes from Missouri Meerschaum. The Jesse James kind of has that stove top look, almost like maybe the smokestack of the old fashioned locomotive. And I think you'll be really happy with it if you're looking for a generous bowl, but in a nice compact size.
That's a good one. Hey, if you've got any member of the Outlaw series of the Missouri Meerschaum Outlaw series, be sure to smoke it this week. Tweet it in to us. We love to retweet those out because it's a great way to let the good folks at Missouri Meerschaum know you appreciate them for sponsoring this show. All right, man. We are diving in to pipe question of the week, the first pipe question of the week for this year. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah, this is good.
This comes in from Adam Z, who says, "What's the deal with Peter? What's the deal? Sorry,
What's the deal?
had to get that Seinfeld in there. What's the deal with Peterson tobacco being really scarce suddenly? My local brick and mortar has been told by their distributor that they aren't going to be supplying it any longer, and many blends are suddenly sold out of stock at major online retailers. Is it going away like Dunhill and McClelland?" Again, that is from Adam Z.
Yeah, man, Adam, great question. This is something that we've had in our shop as well. So, Peterson, as we discussed on an episode, I guess it's been a couple months ago now. Peterson, no, gosh, it's been several months ago because the transition
I want to
happened.
say it
But
was like the middle of last year. But
yeah,
maybe
no,
before
that's right. Yeah, man, it's amazing how time flies. But moving on, Peterson has been purchased by Laudisi. Now, when I say Peterson has been purchased by Laudisi, I'm talking about the pipe portion of the company. The tobacco portion of the company, my understanding, has been acquired and, in some sense, retained because they've been making the tobaccos already by Scandinavian Tobacco Group. And so, Scandinavian, they are going to be producing the tobaccos for under the name brand Peterson. Think of, we've talked before about in the 80s how the Dunhill name brand, you've got Dunhill pipes, Dunhill tobaccos, Dunhill accessories. Well, back in the 80s, the two split off, right? And so you had Dunhill pipes that were owned by the original company, but then the tobaccos were spun off and have been manufactured by a variety of people since then. And so they're totally unrelated companies. I mean, even though they share the same name, they have, someone else has the rights to the Dunhill pipe tobacco. And so what's happened with the Peterson, this is now going to be the same deal. And so the company Peterson Pipes no longer has the rights to manufacture or to produce Peterson pipe tobaccos. And so the pipes and the tobaccos have both split off. And so you've got Laudisi that is going to be manufacturing Peterson pipes, which we're excited about. And then the Peterson tobaccos have gone a different direction. Now, having said that, the pipes they're still available. It's easy to order them and find them just because of their great distribution system through the U.S. that the company that bought them, Laudisi, has. With the tobacco portion, there's a lot of uncertainty about how that's going to be distributed. And so even though the tobaccos are still being made, they have not been, American retailers have not been able to order them yet. And so that's coming. But yeah, if you see, your local brick and mortar or one of your favorite online retailers that are out of a Peterson tobacco, it's just temporary. This is not going to be a long-term thing, but it is a hiccup kind of in the distribution system. So, we're kind of feeling our way through the new order of things as it relates to Peterson. And so eventually you'll see your favorite Peterson tobaccos coming back out. They're just going to be distributed differently from how they used to be. And so anyway, you just hold your breath a little longer, and I'm sure you'll find it on your shelf at your local store soon.
All right, man. Great question.
But they're not going away. Yeah. That's the key is the tobaccos are not going the same way as as our friends at McClelland or Dunhill or anything like that.
Not going away, not being cloned.
I'm sure they're being cloned. Yeah. But yeah, not going away.
Yeah. The Dunhill, I was pulling the numbers from last year.
Yeah.
And I think we mentioned it in our last Pipe Shop Fails special episode. How
Yeah.
That was such a that series has been such a huge success. The attack of the Dunhill clones has been like,
was that was good. Huh?
That was a big one last year. Absolutely. Great question, Adam. And hey, if you got a pipe question of the week for us, send it in, show@countrysquireradio.com. Again, that is show@countrysquireradio.com. Quick fire question. Ow! All right, man. Quick fire questions. Oh man, I hate this because normally I write down who these were sent in by and I can't recall, but I can tell you that quick fire questions are brought to you by something new coming your way very soon. Can we show it? Can we whip it out? I want to whip it out and show them. The shirt, man. You think I'm trying to blend in front of people?
Yeah, I did.
All right. Here we go.
Check this out.
All right. So
I just didn't. Go ahead.
Quick fire questions brought to you by new Country Squire Radio merch, available for pre-order very, very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna
this is cool.
This is really exciting.
I thought this came out great. Wait, so describe what you're holding up there.
I just realized the podcast guy just realized he's showing something and not telling.
I know, right? Yeah.
So, man, we have got some brand new merch coming to the listeners' way. Going to be available for pre-order very, very soon. Man, we've got the first one that we're kind of showcasing on this episode is a new T-shirt. It's got the beautiful pipe mic logo in kind of a little bit of a kind of a cream yellowish over a blue shirt with and pardon my French, but I don't actually know how to read that. Can you read that?
Not at all. Yeah.
The Cnest pass on the podcast. So.
Yeah, but the point of it is it says this is not a podcast. And of course it is it's a take on the famous Rene Magritte painting of the treachery of images, this incredible this is not a pipe thing, which of course is so famous. If you look that up, if you're not familiar with the painting, Google this is not a pipe, it'll immediately come up. But it's a really well-known painting from the early 20th century, and man, just a cool take on that. We're really proud of it and think it came out great.
Yeah, man. Yeah, really excited to get that out, and we'll have some more things to share with you over the next couple of episodes.
Yeah, so, no, that's right. That's
coming your way. All right, man. Quick fire questions. Like I said, I don't remember who actually sent these in. Normally I note it, but this was a kind of a leftover, a late Christmas present, if you will.
Okay, good.
As
Yeah.
our Christmas.
No, that's great.
All right. Presents on Christmas or Christmas Day? I'm sorry, present on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Christmas Day. Yeah, I the Eve thing just kind of takes out some of the fun for me.
Oh,
so,
I
yeah.
can't agree with that. But I will say that growing up, we were Christmas Eve. My wife's family was Christmas Day, and we've had to kind of figure out a good, healthy medium.
I mean, Santa comes on Christmas Eve. Like, that's when he comes.
Yeah. No, the Santa presents are on Christmas Day, but like gifts to one another.
I see.
Christmas Eve.
I see. Okay.
That's the way that
maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Do you leave cookies for Santa or booby traps for Santa?
Oh, to catch Santa?
To catch Santa.
Yeah. I'm more of the cookies aspect. I hope if the Lord ever blesses us with kids that it would be cookies and maybe a small batch single malt whiskey.
Yeah.
But
that's what the leftover eggnog is for.
Yeah, I know, right?
Santa gets eggnog in our house.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with cookies.
Yeah, man. Same as well. In fact, this year my 3-year-old was adamant. Like, she guarded the last 2 cookies for the week leading up to Christmas.
Yep.
Like, these are Santa's. Nobody can touch
Save them for Santa. Yeah.
Trying to get those last like nice points in before the end of the year. She needed them. All right, eggnog. I think we actually answered this on last one, but I'll include it.
Yep.
Eggnog, rum or bourbon?
Bourbon. Yeah, I'm going to go with bourbon, but I drink more bourbon than rum typically anyway.
Yeah.
So, I'm just kind of more of a bourbon drinker.
Brandy and rum, good for the eggnog, but yeah, I mean, bourbon is a little bit more classic. But
that's what I think anyway. I don't know.
I'll take whatever's in there as long as it's in there.
No, it just gets the job done.
Exactly. Santa's pipe, a poker or a billiard?
Okay, so if Santa's gonna smoke either a poker or a billiard, and those are the 2 choices, I'll probably go with a billiard.
That's
I can't see Santa smoking a poker, but that's in the universe that I live in and grew up in and am around. So
yeah, I'd have to see the image of him with the poker. In my head, he's always smoking a billiard. Like, it's not. Well,
I think it's a church warden pipe, but maybe a billiard style church warden or something.
So if
it's between the two, I'm gonna go with a billiard.
I'm just saying, like,
the poker would be nice because it kind of goes with the fireplace poker, and then also, with all as he's emptying his pack, or maybe placing the coal under your tree for the bad little boys,
sure,
and girls, then the poker's nice because you can sit it down and it won't tip over. So so that's nice, and we don't want Santa to catch anyone's house on fire. So so that's good too.
That's good. All right, and then finally, and I love this the eternal debate. The Nightmare Before Christmas, Christmas movie or Halloween movie?
Okay, I haven't seen this movie in a long time.
Okay, but you have seen
I have seen it. Yeah. It's been quite a while. I'm gonna go with Halloween movie.
And you're exactly right, and here's why.
It's a good November movie.
It's a very good November movie,
yeah.
And the soundtrack is a Halloween soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like, every single year in Halloween in our house, we always play that soundtrack.
Yeah.
And so because of that, more so than anything else, it is absolutely a Halloween movie. That's my logic.
Yeah, but that's good though. That it kind of it makes me want to go see that movie again. It's been a long time.
It's a great one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for those quick fire questions. And hey, if you've got some for us, send them in at show@countrysquireradio.com. Again, that's show@countrysquireradio.com. Listener feedback. Jay Freedy, man, writes in. What did Jay have to say?
Hey, guys, I have a possible topic for the show. I don't remember hearing a dedicated episode on pipe smoking and your health. I might have missed that one, but I don't believe so. This might be a good topic as it relates to exercise, longevity, safety, safest best practices, etc. Just a thought. Have a great week and happy New Year. And that's from Jay Freedy, good friend of ours. So good point. I don't think we ever have. We've mentioned it obviously here and there, and that's something we feel strongly about and have woven into some of our content. But we haven't had a dedicated episode about that. So
it is one thing that
it'd be worth diving into.
There's topics out there that we need subject matter experts for to really be able to dive into.
Yeah.
I mean, like, for example, lunting we're not the best people to talk about lunting, so we had kind of a lunting focused episode.
Yeah,
with Scott
exercise is bad for my knees. So anything revolving around walking and doing anything is I as much as I enjoyed it, it doesn't happen very often. So that's why we bring Scott in.
Exactly.
Right.
So same thing. We may want to bring in kind of a health expert to kind of join us for that one.
Yeah.
So get great suggestion, and definitely one that we get from time to time. So we'll look into that possibly in the coming year.
Good.
We also have on iTunes, Mike McBee writes in saying, great podcast. I enjoy this podcast every week. The Squire Select episodes are my favorite, and I'm patiently waiting on that barbecue episode.
Golly, man. I mean, it's just shameless. Like, what have you slipped? You've given, maybe some PayPal payments or something to some of these folks to mention this kind of stuff.
Like, I'm saving that money for my barbecue. I want it to happen.
Barbecue and tobacco pairing. I don't know. And even then, we're gonna have these fights between you got the Carolina people and the Memphis people and the Kansas City people and they're Texas people.
This was a whole extra series.
No, it's no. Oh my God, no.
It's a brand new series.
So now we've gone from one. No,
you took us there. It's not going to be one episode. This is the kickoff of a brand new series. Oh, we're gonna have to figure this one out. Saucing it up with the Squire.
Let's talk about next show.
Squire, why?
It is almost lunchtime.
Yeah, it is true. It is about that time.
It makes me hungry.
Well, I tell you what, man, we've got a couple of great. I've been kind of scanning the YouTube comments for this episode. We've gotten some great feedback, a lot of different commentary, a lot of support for the nominees and the winners. Russ writing in saying, love the lighting finishes on the Morgan Bones pipes. Also seeing the Nate King Kansas City show pipe was the best pipe I saw all year. This was Hochter's I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
We also have, let's see, some great commentary. I love this, man. This is always the case whenever you put out the awards, that you get the
opinions.
Woo! Like yes, they won, or this is great, and then people are like, oh man, we got robbed.
No, exactly. So, the digital version of the middle finger of fellowship kind of thing. Yeah.
So also we are hearing some reports of people actually receiving their Tolkien tobaccos as well. So,
okay, good. All right, so a few have gotten out. That's excellent.
Few have gotten out. And then Jason Breeden is saying this barbecue thing is definitely a Beau conspiracy. So you do have some support out there. It's few. It's you and Jason, but there is some support for the that nobody actually wants a barbecue episode.
We're a pipe and tobacco podcast, and I'll just end it at that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And we pair it with people and history and fiction, and well, we'll talk about some more ideas for next year after we get off the thing. But
Lord have mercy.
You're right. No more barbecue episode, ladies and gentlemen. We're kicking off a barbecue series. You heard it right here, as pitched by John David Cole. It's going to be tasty.
That's wow, words in my mouth, and this does make me really hungry. And Pig and Pint is very close.
Yeah.
So,
I moved it to noon. Did you notice that? Did you notice how I? Yeah. Now he's hungry every episode. We're getting there, people.
All right.
We're getting there.
All right. Jason on Twitter, Jason again X. He says. The quote from the T-shirt is pronounced "say ne pas."
Thank you.
Which is basically means it is not. So it is not a pipe podcast, or it's not a podcast here in our case. And so, man, so cool. Thanks for the sophistication. We have trouble enough down here with the English language and every name that's ever been pronounced on our podcast. And so much less art that comes from early 20th century France. And there you go.
Oh man,
we're excited about it. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, it's good. It's about time we came out with some more cool stuff like this.
Oh yeah, yeah. More to come and announce in the next days. I'm actually currently looking at what we're going to be talking about next week. So it's gonna be fun. Well, man, of course, we do hope that everybody does have a great week. Glad to have you back here in 2019. Be sure to keep up with us throughout the week. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm at the Real Beau York.
I'm at John David Cole, or you can get us at the shop at _Country Squire.
And of course, the show's handle is at Squire Radio on Twitter. But all that information and more can be found at countrysquireradio.com, where typically you can tune in at noon, about the time that John David's getting hungry for barbecue.
Or waking up.
And join us there. Again, that's countrysquireradio.com. All right, man. Congratulations to all the winners.
Yeah, man, absolutely. It was a fun 2018. Certainly in the pipe industry, lots of news, lots of new stuff, and man, lots of old stuff making news and in new ways. And so, man, we're thrilled. It'll be exciting to see what next year has in store. This year has in store.
It's exciting, man. All right, well, hey, let's go have a year.
See you, brother.
All right, bye, guys.
It's always fun hanging out with y'all.
Y'all are awesome.
And now you get the fun chance of watching Beau, stretch over here to the computer.